Back here with Aaron Russell of the Penn State men's volleyball team. And Aaron, you look at how the games went this past weekend. You switched setters mid-match. How did that impact you guys as a team?
I mean, we've played with Zach before, and I don't really think that it impacted us too much. It just kind of gave us a little spark. We needed a little change up in the middle of the match, and it gave us some energy, and we made a little run with it. I think that it also kind of messed up Loyola's scouting report. You know, they didn't really have anything on Zach on what he liked to set in certain situations, so they were a little bit caught off guard, and I think that helped us gain a little confidence.
And you face now the top two teams in the country, each twice this season in Lewis and Loyola. How has that allowed your team to grow?
I mean, it shows us, it gives us a spot of where we want to be. You know, it kind of sets a kind of a level that we need to know where we want to play at certain points in the season. And I mean, both times. Same result, we lost, but I think that if we were to play them again, if we continue to grow and gain confidence and improve in our skill, then I think that we'll have a better shot at beating them.
So with that being said, what are you guys focusing on practice this week for this weekend against Sacred Heart and Harvard?
Just kind of always the same thing. I mean, it's kind of the same thing every week, block, defense, and transition game. And I think that those aren't really our best strong. They ran off a lot of points on us, and we weren't able to really turn many points. So I think that that's kind of gonna prove to be helpful to us if we can improve in those spots.
Last question: how important is it for you and your team to keep on staying undefeated in conference play?
It's huge. I mean, we want to make sure that we host the EIVA championships in April. And if we go undefeated, then I mean we'll have a great shot at that. And it's going to be difficult to play at Princeton, George Mason, and Harvard this coming weekend. But I think that it's going to be a pretty good test, and we'll have to see how we do.
Great, thanks, Aaron.
Yep.
In the South Gym with head coach Mark Pavlik of the Penn State men's volleyball team. And coach, before we get started this past weekend, you guys were on the road, but here at Penn State it was Thon. Your overall thoughts on what the students accomplished this weekend?
Yeah. Every year, the students at Penn State continue to amaze me and the rest of the world. I can't give enough compliments to you folks out there and to the students, to what you do for the cause of Thon and Four Diamonds, and the effort that goes into making it a first-class event. And to try to explain it to somebody outside of Penn State is, for me, I usually get, well, it's a fundraiser. Yeah, well, but you guys make it so much more, and I'm so proud to be part of Penn State, and every year you see what you do, and you just shake your head, and you're really, really Penn State proud of everybody that's involved.
And thanks for that. And this weekend for you guys, though, faced off against the top two teams again this weekend, Lewis #2 and Loyola #1. Again, competitive. I talked to Aaron. He said that if they were to play them again, if you guys were to play them again, you'd win. What do you grow from those two matches again this past weekend?
Well, I think number one, what you take away from is you take away the good things you do against a team that plays the game like you want to play it. Number two, you take away where your weaknesses are. Winning is the world's greatest anesthetic. We've been pretty wide awake for the entire time this year. And I think you look at the fact that Jalen came in, did a real good job against Loyola. Zach did the same thing. He kind of changed the dynamic a little bit and gave us the quick little change we were looking for. We weren't able to sustain it late with that group. Against Lewis, a couple of deuce games. We're up 2017. We're still chasing that bugaboo of closing, of making sure it happens when it has to happen. We're going to get there. I'd like to have our entire team out on the court when we do, but we're going to get there.
You guys continue your road stretch against Sacred Heart and Harvard this weekend, two conference opponents. How important is it to keep undefeated in conference play?
I think conference play right now is huge. We want to get the EIVA championships hosted here. We want to make sure that we're in our best possible scenario for us to win it. Harvard, Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart's going to throw 3 or 4 really good servers at us. We're going to have to weather some storms there. And Harvard's just a consistent, high-quality team. Their ball control is outstanding. Good outside hitters, outstanding middles, and playing up in the 4th floor of Malkin Gym is a little bit different in and of itself. But it'll be a good weekend for us, and it's one that I think we've got to go into saying that we need to have both of these this weekend.
And before I let you go, what'd you like from practice today?
Well, I think from practice today we put the guys in a tough drill, in a drill that's really difficult to win, and we didn't let them out of it. I think sometimes teams can get into a habit of saying, well, we only have so many minutes that we can be in the gym, and just, we wait it out, we're going to have to leave eventually. Today, I like the idea that they were in essentially a no-win situation, and they finally found a way to win, not just once, but twice.
Well, there you have it from Coach Pav. The Penn State men's volleyball team travels northeast to Sacred Heart and Harvard this upcoming weekend for another 2 Road Series matches. For GoPSUSports.com, I'm Tyler Feldman.